Tonight, we expose one of India's most shocking cases of elite immunity, a murder witnessed by dozens in a crowded restaurant, a killer identified. Immediately, then shoots Jessica in the head at point-blank range in front of dozens of witnesses. Manu Sharma. Tonight we explore the Jessica Lal murder case, a landmark case that exposed systemic corruption, proved that media activism could force justice, and revealed how India's powerful believed they operated above the law. April 29, 1999, was supposed to be like countless other evenings in South Delhi, where Delhi's elite gathered at fashionable restaurants to see and be seen. The venue was Tamarind Court, a trendy establishment owned by socialite Beena Ramani, known for hosting influential guests. Jessica Lal was a 29-year-old model who worked part-time at high-profile events to supplement her income. On this evening, she was working as a celebrity barmaid, serving drinks to party guests. He was drunk and aggressive, immediately demanding to be served liquor. Jessica, following bar protocols, refused. Continued refusal, Manu pulled out a .22 caliber pistol and fired it at the ceiling as an intimidation tactic. The sound startled the crowd, but Jessica again refused. Jessica Lal collapsed, fatally wounded. Chaos erupted as party guests realized a woman had been murdered in front of them. During the confusion, Manu and his three friends Vikas, Yadav, Amardeep, Singhil, and Alok Kanaaf led the scene. The case seemed straightforward, almost absurdly so. There were dozens of eyewitnesses present at the party, as multiple guests had seen Manu shoot Jessica clearly. The weapon would later be recovered. He had access to resources, connections, and mechanisms to intimidate witnesses. Legendary Ram Jethmalani demolished the prosecution's case with surgical precision. Without witnesses willing to testify, without collaboration of victim statements, the prosecution's case appeared weak. Trial judge commented that the Delhi police failed to sustain the grounds on which they had built up their case, and police failed to recover the weapon which was used to fire at Jessica Lal. However, the message was unmistakable. Despite dozens of eyewitnesses, despite clear motive, despite evidence a wealthy, well-connected man could kill with impunity, the acquittal sparked something unprecedented in India. A genuine democratic uprising. And ordinary citizens demanded action. Media coverage became relentless, applying pressure that initially seemed powerless against Manu's family connections. The trial court judgment was completely overturned. The High Court found Manu Sharma guilty of murder. The judges wrote that the trial court's acquittal was an immature assessment of material on record. They sentenced Manu to life imprisonment. The High Court's reasoning was withering. The defendant's conduct after the incident fleeing. The father's absence from the court. The pattern of witness intimidation. All proved guilt beyond reasonable doubt. In 2010, the Supreme Court of India upheld the High Court's conviction and life sentence. The Supreme Court noted that the conduct of the killer after the incident proved his guilt beyond doubt. The Supreme Court also made a broader observation, they noted. The trend of the state governments pardoning prisoners on important occasions or granting remissions en masse, and stated that life imprisonment means prison term. However, the release sparked controversy. Critics noted that the Supreme Court had affirmed life imprisonment means life. Manu changed his name to Siddharth Sharma, married a model named Priti, and began running a liquor business. A controversial early release, the Jessica Lal case became a watershed moment in Indian criminal justice. The Times of India's investigative journalism, particularly its iconic "No One Killed Jessica" headline, demonstrated media's power to hold power accountable. The Jessica Lal case laid bare multiple systemic failures. Lead immunity. The case demonstrated that India's wealthy and well-connected operated under different legal rules. The Jessica Lal case forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about India's justice system. A woman was murdered by someone everyone saw commit the crime, yet the legal system initially allowed her killer to walk free. It took massive public pressure, media activism, and ultimately a higher court to obtain justice. Where media wasn't paying attention. How many similar murders go unpunished simply because the victims' families lack the connections or resources to demand justice? What intimidation carry criminal penalties? And most fundamentally, can India's legal system ever truly be equal of wealth? And political connections can suppress evidence, intimidate witnesses, and nearly allow murderers to escape. Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this exploration of the Jessica Lal murder case, where democracy and media activism had to save justice from institutional corruption, disturbed you, hit like, subscribe to Silent Conspiracy, and ring the bell. Next time, we'll investigate another case where power tried to suppress truth, but ultimately failed. Until then, stay vigilant, and remember that sometimes the greatest threat to justice isn't the crime itself, but the systems designed to prevent truth from emerging.